Y'all, it is stunningly beautiful out in DC today. We're about in the mid-50s, and I have a couple things I need to get done this afternoon, so I thought I'd bring you with me and tell you a little story about my favorite set of poi right now and why they're my favorites. Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain. And today, I'm going to share with you my secret weapon. But before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Fire Mecca, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Juggling Calling, Pyroterra Light Toys, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all of these amazing companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I have down in the description of this video. And special thanks to the non-business friends of the channel, Lain Mochinsky and Pekha Pekkonen. Thank you so very much for supporting my channel, my work, and my mission. So we're just going to start things off with spoilers here. These are my favorite set of poi right now. They are fabric poi, sock poi, that come from the Sock Poi store that is run by Katia Stakhanova, she of One Day Spin fame. And it's kind of strange that these would be my favorites right now because, quite frankly, I've never had a strong proclivity towards sock poi in the past. And when I first got them, there were some things that I really liked and some things that I wasn't super impressed with. So how did they become my favorites? I've always thought that they look pretty. You know, I remember when the first footage of people in Russia spinning with them started becoming real popular on Instagram and YouTube. I definitely was like super duper excited to try and get my hands on a set. And when Katia Stakhanova offered to send me a set for me to review, I was all about that life. And then I got them, and you know, while they look beautiful, I also had some mixed feelings. You know, for one thing, they were a little bit longer than I would have liked. I definitely have a favorite length for poi right now that hovers right around the 23 inches mark, and they were definitely longer than that. Adding to that was the fact that, you know, all of a sudden I found that all of these techniques that I was used to using for stalls and plane breaks, you know, it just didn't look as clean with the sock poi. Couldn't really do contact poi with them, and it made gunslingers really, really challenging. So while I did have them, I didn't actually use them that frequently for the first few months that I had them. So then what changed? So one of the biggest things was that I realized that a lot of the things that I thought were bugs were actually features. For one thing, the fact that I had a really rough time with stalls and plane breaking with them, originally I thought that that was just because it doesn't look good with sock poi, but what I realized over time is that what's actually going on there is that my technique just wasn't super clean. I can fake a lot of technique with contact poi because it focuses the attention just on the relationship between the head and the handle. So if I'm going to do my stalls and I'm going to do my plane breaks, you know, if the tether isn't perfectly straight out, it's pretty hard for people to tell. Whereas when I do these things with sock poi, well, it just forces me to be a lot cleaner in my technique, you know? If I'm going to do stalls and I'm going to do plane breaks, then it means that I have to pay attention not just to the orientation of the heads and the handles, but also to what the tether's doing. Because with sock poi, the tether becomes really, really obvious. The next point is honestly just one of convenience. It has to be said. Sock poi, perhaps more than any other set of poi I've ever had, travel really, really well. They're really compact and squishy, and unlike contact poi, they don't by default take up a bunch of room. I have a little bag that I like taking with me from place to place, and quite frankly, using sock poi is just really convenient. I find that I have enough room not only to stick in those sock poi, but also to stick in a notebook, my iPad, and a couple other things too if I want to. Whereas if I were trying to do this with contact poi, it would pretty much just be the contact poi and the iPad. It also has to be said that sock poi are a really, really good fit for dance. As I get drawn more and more into dance as an aspect of my poi style, I find myself being more and more drawn to sets of poi that visually complement the dance that I'm working with. And sock poi are fantastic at this. Not only do they make things like pendulums and body tracers look really, really cool, but, well, they just kind of have a visual flair to them that makes the dance really stand out in a way that I appreciate. It also has to be said that they're a great fit for shooting educational videos. Because they take up so much visual space, they show up on camera incredibly easily. And even better than that, they make for great thumbnails. They're very, very easy to separate out from the rest of the video footage. Plus which, the vivid colors just make the poi pop in footage overall. Whether it's instructional footage or flow footage, they just pop so much in the video that it's really, really easy to tell what the intended poi trick is and what I happen to be doing with them. It's really, really a good fit for video. And honestly too, sometimes when I spin contact poi, I get a little too focused on trying to get the tricks down. When it comes to my dance, the sock poi really make me focus on the dance itself and what I'm doing with the poi instead of trying to do tricks. There's something to be said for a set of poi that limit your trick set a little bit. That really forces you to make the tricks that you are working on even cleaner and really driving home what you're trying to accomplish with them. So yeah, I have to say, I'm a fan. They have become the default poi that I take with me everywhere now, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So I think it's kind of awesome that they've grown on me over time. I don't currently have an affiliate deal with Sock Poi, but I'm still going to recommend them anyhow. You can grab a set for yourself by heading over to sockpoi.store. You can grab a set for yourself. Tell Katya that I sent you, and she makes amazing sets of poi, and hopefully you'll get as much joy out of them as I do. Did you get anything out of this video? Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to help keep the conversation going and to help my channel grow. And of course, this video would not be possible were it not for the kind support of all of these lovely people right here. These are my Flow patrons over on Patreon, and they, along with the people listed down in the description, help to make this video and all the videos on this channel possible. Thank you one and all for your very generous support. And if you out there watching would like to become a supporter and you're not currently one, you can go ahead and do that by heading on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and signing up. There you can get access to a whole host of rewards, and even better, you'll be helping me out in my mission to bring poi spinning and flow arts to the whole wide world. So go check that out, please and thank you. All right, I have made it to the metro station, so it is now officially time for me to mask up so I can head down to the museum. Thanks so much for joining me on this walk. If you'd like to check out some flow arts equipment reviews that I've done, I will leave a link to a playlist of them down in the description as well as up here on screen if you're watching on YouTube. Please make sure to get outside and flow today, and I'll see you with a new video very soon. Peace.